Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Hawkeye Season 1, Episode 4, Partners, something. I forgot the title of this. Look, I've had a long day. I've been dealing with Christmas lights, alright? I bought some new ones because the other ones didn't work, so I bought some new ones and they were too short. And I'm like, crap. So I had to rush to the store, buy some new ones. And now those are too long. They fit the part that where the gap was at. But now I'm just like, crap. Now I got at least probably another foot or two. Like, what am I going to do with that? So I got to figure something out. And I had to connect them all. Like, you're not supposed to connect so many wires and extension cords, this and that, because it could set on fire and just, I swear to God. Anyway, yeah, I forgot the title of this episode. I have to say, this show is starting to turn out a little boring. Like, it's not doing much of anything. Thank God for those last 10 minutes, because that's where some good action was at. But this episode was basically a filler episode. And I'm thinking to myself, you only got 2 episodes left. What in the world are you going to have a filler episode for? And that's basically all it was. And not only that, but it was heavy on the dialogue with the filler. And I was just bored watching this. I'm just like, do something already. Do something. And so basically the entire episode, and I do mean the entire episode, the first half of this episode, or the first third of this episode, I should say, because it's broken down in thirds. So the first third of this episode is dealing with what happened last time. Jack pulled a sword on Hawkeye, and he doesn't react or say anything about the sword because he can't. Because they found out he's rolling, he's screwed and everything. So the mom comes in, and she's all like, honey, what's an Avenger doing in my house? And then Jack's like, oh, you're Hawkeye. So he puts the sword down and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, you've been looking at him the whole time and you can't tell. I mean, yeah, he's gotten a little older and a little pudgy around the face, but he still looks the same. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. And so then they have dinner and everything. And Kate's been telling her mom pretty much, oh yeah, I'm a superhero now, and he's my partner, and blah, blah, blah. And so, of course, she's being her charming self, like always. Oh, Haley. But I gotta say, even though she's charming and she steals the whole show, Jeremy, for the first time, was very charismatic in this episode. So, and actually pretty cool. So, the mom is upset that her daughter is running around, jumping off rooftops, shooting people with arrows and this and that. But here's the thing, she does it in such a blah kind of way. She's upset, but she's not really showing it. She's very calm and very still. And she didn't even really raise her voice. Now, the actress who plays her mom, I don't understand this because this woman can't act. Watch any episode of Bates Motel, and you know she can act, and you know she can yell, and you know she can shout. So why won't they do this for this show for her? And so she takes Clint into another part of the room, and she tells him straight up. This is the part that's interesting. Now, I've said this before. I think the mom is up to something. I just had that feeling since the first episode. And if she is up to something bad, that's gonna be a boring twist because this show is kind of boring itself, and there's only 2 episodes left. So anyway, the mom tells Clint, she tells Kate, she don't want her doing that superhero stuff no more, and she goes to Clint and tells him, so you're gonna drop this case. And the case is being, of course, the Avengers stuff being auctioned off and the death of that Armand person. And he's all like, no, he needs to see what the whole deal with this stuff is. Now, why did she tell him you're off the case, so you're not going to pursue this no more? Wouldn't she say, oh, I want my daughter out hanging with you no more doing superhero stuff? She wants him off that case, Casey. Something's going on. I don't know what, but something's going on. So, my bad. I had to clear my throat. So he said that I can promise you your daughter will never hang with me doing superhero stuff again. And then she makes a phone call to somebody, a mysterious phone call. And I think I know who she made it to. Well, at least one or two people, actually. So anyway, so then when they was having dinner, at some point, Hawkeye looked at the sword on the floor. And then when he leaves, he has the sword in his hand. Jack doesn't even know that. And so it's like, this is some sorry buildup. Like, why did Jack want the sword? I know he likes swords, but why did he want that one? And also, it's like, they need more episodes to explain crap because they're just rushing through stuff and being very vague. So then he makes a phone call to his wife about the Rolex because he wants the Rolex back and he wants everything that was auctioned off from the Avengers compound. And then his wife is kind of interesting. Like, so, of course, he's not going to be able to make it for like the holidays and stuff, and that upsets the wife. And the one that really upsets is the daughter. This is why there need to be more episodes. The daughter needs to be more frequent in the show and show her frustration with her dad and her frustration with Kate, because he's basically spending all his time with her and not the family, and that should make her jealous. But it kind of does by the look on her face. But we don't get that many episodes, so we can't really get no good, nothing juicy out of it. You know what I'm saying? And so at some point, his wife is talking about the Rolex, and then she starts talking in a foreign language so the kids won't understand. And of course, people know foreign languages, but it's just kind of like, that seems interesting. Like, how exactly did they meet? You know what I'm saying? So then, he's back at his place, and then Kate, she's being annoyed by her mom and Jack. So she decides to leave, get some pizza, and bring the dog and some Christmas stuff, and she just starts hanging out with Hawkeye. And it's interesting because it's kind of cool because she lost her dad at a very young age. So this is like her new father figure. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of cool to see him take on that role as her, not only the mentor, but the father figure too. And they're so great as like father and daughter. This is why I want his real kids to show up and be totally jealous. That would be some great drama added for the show. But no, Disney don't want to do that. They just want some kind of Christmassy, fluffy TV show and everything, and not that much drama. And they won't give them that many episodes. So anyway, he teaches her how to do a trick shot with a coin and everything, and it's like really cool. And she's talking about how she wants some more trick arrows, and he's like, they don't make them no more, but the police has a bunch of his and stuff like that. My bad, I cleared my throat again. And so, like, he sends her on an errand to get some more trick arrows from, like, the cop station and stuff. And so he sends her to them Renaissance people. I don't understand the significance of these Renaissance people. I'm getting kind of tired of them showing up in the show. It's just they take away from the show. They make the show more sillier and more Disney, goofy, like jokey and stuff. And so I need Disney everything, the MCU just to mature some, you know? And so like she talks to like the cop lady, and like she gets like some more trick arrows, and they're all in his apartment. And he's just kind of like, what are y'all doing here? And I'm just asking myself that too. What are they doing there? Like, get them off the show, please, because they're just taking up space and time and dialogue and stuff. And then so like he has like he tells Kate back when she was decorating his house for Christmas that her instincts on the sword dude is right, because he's involved in some shady stuff that has to do with that I think the tracksuit mafia people or something like that. And then so like while she's doing the errand and stuff, he was out intimidating that one dude who's like second in command of the tracksuit people. I forgot what the world they talk about. I really don't know. But it was kind of a cool scene. I like it. It was very James Bond-ish, you know? And then so like at some point in time, they go on a mission together, which he told Kate's mom he's not going to do that no more, but he broke his promise, of course. And so he sends Kate into the apartment to go get the Rolex, but he doesn't know who apartment it is. And so, like, as she's in there, he wants her to do like the cool spy stuff, swinging from like a rope and climbing the walls. But no, she just goes to the front door and she helps the old man in. And then she kind of gets on the old man's nerves and he leaves her and stuff. And so like, then so she's in the apartment, she's looking through like the stuff, and she starts to see like, well, she finds the Rolex, but then she finds like a list of Clint's like family members. So he wants her out of there fast. And then next thing you know, we hear him struggling with somebody, and it's like, who is he fighting with? And so I'm thinking to myself, it has to be the tracksuit people. It has to be Echo or something. But no, Echo's in the apartment, and then her and Kate start going at it. So it's kind of like he's all like, well, I'm fighting Echo, and she's like, no, because Echo's here, and I'm fighting her, and it's like, well, who is he fighting? And I'm thinking to myself, oh wait, hold on. The new Black Widow lady's supposed to be in this show too. And so it has to be her, I'm thinking. So we see the rooftop, and thank God for the last 10 minutes, man. Or last 5. No, actually, it's not even the last 10 minutes. It's really the last 5, because there's 5 minutes of end credits. So it's only like a 5-minute action scene. And so it's only like a 35-minute episode. Yes, if you watch the show and when it ends, you realize it's only 35 minutes. It's basically like a sitcom. And so like, it's some really cool stuff. He's fighting the Black Widow lady and stuff. And so Kate eventually shows up, and he helps her because she's on the apartment. So she slides down the zip line type thing, and she gets stuck in the middle. Oh, that was great. I've always wondered that. Like, how do people not get stuck in the middle when they do that superhero stuff? So then the Black Widow lady, she helps Kate get on the other side of the roof. And so then, as you know, Echo shows up, and they're all like fighting, and it's awesome. And then so it's like, Black Widow, she has her gun, but then Kate knocks it out of her hand, and then next thing you know, like, Black Widow lady, she gets Kate at a harm's way, attaching her to some rope and throwing her over the roof of a building. When Clint sees this, he is like terrified, because it's the same thing that happened to his Black Widow. So he cuts the cord and he tells her to go home. She hits the power lights, or not power, the Christmas lights. How did he know she wasn't gonna go splat? You know what I'm saying? So then she races back up the building to help out with the fight. And they're still fighting like Echo and stuff like that. I forget how Echo gets taken. Oh no, now I remember. I don't know what's the deal with Echo, but it's like the Black Widow lady, she shoots out the little bee stinger thingies or whatever it's called, the electrical stuff, and it hurts her at first, but it doesn't hurt her that much, and she takes it off. She's literally indestructible. And then Kate shoots her with an arrow, and then she just pulls it out and she like leaves or something like that. And then Kate's about to shoot the Black Widow woman. This is when Clint takes off her mask and stuff. He's finna shoot her. Well, she's finna shoot her, and then she doesn't, because the woman, like, she does something with her head to signal, like, don't shoot her, or something like that. And then eventually she like gets on out of there. Now this is what's really interesting. Clint keeps telling her straight up, you know, you need to leave, you need to leave me alone. This is like over because somebody just sent a Black Widow assassin and stuff like that. You know who I think it was? The mom. You know why? Because when Black Widow kept fighting them, have you noticed she went extremely easy on Kate? She helped Kate get on, continue the zip line through the other roof. She tried to throw Kate out of harm's way and had her attached to like a grappling hook. When Kate was going to shoot her, she made her not do it by giving her like a head signal and stuff. I think that the mom hired the Black Widow to kill Hawkeye because she knows that Kate won't leave Hawkeye alone. And if Hawkeye's not in the picture, then Kate has no reason to keep pursuing the superhero life and stuff. Because that's who she idolizes when she saw him as a little person. Either that or the mom just up to some kind of shady mess. But I think it's like, yeah, she just want Hawkeye out so her daughter will stop like pursuing him and stuff like that. Because the Black Widow woman just went completely easy on her. So all in all, I have to say, this was just a boring filler episode. The fight scene on the rooftop was really the only good thing. them Renaissance people need to leave the show because there's no point in them. You know what I'm saying? They're taking up space. They're taking up everything. And no offense to the actors and actresses, but y'all taking up space. And the tracksuit people didn't even show up except for the second in command dude. And it's like they need to hurry up this storyline. Like, what is really going on? What is the deal with Jack and the Ronin sword? What is the deal with the mom? Are people gonna find out the Hawkeye and Ronin are the one and the same? What's the deal with his wife? What's the deal with the Rolex? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what is going on? There's only 2 episodes left, and you know they're gonna cram everything in that last episode. You know they are. And so for the most part, this is probably one of the weakest Disney MCU shows there is. And I hate saying that. I wanted this to be like my #1 favorite because it has Haley in it and it has people shooting bows and arrows. And I love that. Like, I have a bow and arrow. I have a crossbow and everything, you know? And it's just like, ugh. But I do like seeing all the purple. We've seen more purple in this show than we've ever seen Hawkeye wear in the entire MCU, like, movies and stuff. So it's nice to see some of that purple in there. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.